Hi there, my name is Polina and I'll try to guide you through this test case template. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the space structure. So there are two types of data we have in here. The first one is about planning, where we are going to plan which test plans are going to have which test cases, so which steps do they consist of. And second, about the execution. So how are we running those cases? What are the results for the planned actions, and etc. And everything is connected all together. For better visual representation, I also suggested to check out this visual structure whiteboard, just because here it's also very clean and clear to see how is everything interconnected. So we have a test plan, we have a test cases, they're decomposed into various steps, and then we have a test runs which have the executions, it's running the steps, and we have step results, and based on those step results we can see whether we successfully tested a particular plan or not. So now, so definitely I recommend you to check out this guide before you start working with this template, because it's very straightforward, very clean and nice. Now let's try to create something and see what is the logic behind that. So first of all, here in the left menu, we have test plans, and those test plans are, this is a smart folder. So it shows for us test plannings in the left menu, and under them, it shows test cases. So in the system, if you see such a triangle, it means that there is something inside there. So if you want to create a new test plan, just click here, create a new test plan, and that will be it. So second step is that we have to write test cases. Test cases, they belong to the test plan, so it's kind of a common theme of a set of test cases. And you can add them either directly under the test plan, so that will be new test case, or you can create here. Let's create another one. Yep. So there are two ways where to add it. And if you open already preset up ones, of course, they will make a little bit more sense. So why do we see them here like this? Because in the smart folder, we asked to show us as full entities in the left menu, test plans and test cases. What else you can do as an option? You can also create even a table with, let's say, test cases if you want to add them like this. Let's call this one test case table. So it's up to you, how do you prefer to add them? Through some table, let's maybe just mirror it so it appeared everywhere, or you want to add them directly one by one here, or you can again create them here. Okay, so we created a couple of test cases. What is going on next? In fact, for every test case, we need to create necessary steps. So it was possible for test engineers to follow the instructions, follow those steps, and it will make everything as easy as possible. So how can we add the steps? Here we already have some preset up tables for every even newly created test cases. So I see that for the test case startup and shutdown, we have two steps. Press the button and flick the switch. So for new test case, those steps are empty and we can add them here. I don't know, one more step. So you can here explain what is the expected result, what will be the order, and this kind of thing. And if you open the test case itself, you will also see the steps here linked directly. And what is even more, if I open the test plan itself, and I will see the test cases both here and in the left menu, I can click on this triangle and I will also see those created steps. So I have an overview on any of the levels. Let's maybe collapse it a little bit and repeat again. So we have test plan, for example, hardware. It consists of test cases like startup and shutdown, and each of them has the steps. It's about the planning part. And what do we have to do now? Now we have to run the plan. So when the test planning is completed, we can open the test plan itself, for example, this one, and there is a button which is called Run the Plan. Let's click on it. So when I click on this button, corresponding test runs will be generated, including text execution for each So that's the test run which was created. And under it, I can see also the test execution entities, and under them, I can also see the step results. So here we can add the actual result, the outcome, and the timestamp. So for every test execution, we have to assign someone. So they will collect the results, and we will all keep fingers crossed that all step results will get a pass. So you can assign your teammates right here. Quick idea that if you have a role somewhere on the user database level, you can even add a filter here. So please only suggest me QAs in case we believe that only QAs will be working on that. So, and they can add here whether it was whether like the step result passed or failed, or it is something to be done. So the person who is responsible for that is responsible for adding that. And as you see, when I change the outcome, my timestamp also changes because it shows what was the time when the step result changed. And then on the test execution level, there is a formula which is called overall outcome. So if at least like you can check it out, like formulas are very maybe like not that easy to follow, but they definitely make sense. So if at least one of the test results was a fail, in this case, the whole test execution is a fail. So if I, for example, change that this one, hooray, it passed, in this case, overall outcome is called pass. And we also see the update date, like when was this test execution tested, by whom, and what was the test run. So if I go back to my test plan, I can even show this here. So that's for me. Maybe it will make like more sense for you. Maybe we can even like, I think, turn off outcome and it will work like this. So again, you're planning some tests, you decompose them into the test cases and into the steps, and when you run the plan, it generates for you, based on this part, different runs where you can assign your teammates for specific, let's make it even more visible for now, like this, I think. So for test execution, you can even assign responsible QAs. They're running some steps, and we can see all the details on any of the levels. So this kind of work here or in the left menu is helpful for not for the global overview, but like for the context. I would even call it kind of a dashboard because we have the all context in the same page. But if we have a lot of test plans, if we have a lot of test cases, it's nice for someone, or maybe from project managers, from product guys, to see the global overview. In this case, we have to switch from test plans to the reporting. So here, what do we have? We have overview. It's a report which is updated automatically every 60 minutes. You can change the cadence here. So we can update it manually right now because like we made some changes all together, and now we can see what's going on. So which kind of cases do we have, what is the status, and if you want you can also apply additional filters. So for example, we didn't see like something that was executed long ago and could see only fresh ones from the first glance. By the way, if the team who's interested in those results is not in Fiber, you can share this report with them by exporting it or just with a share button. But of course, it's better to invite them here. You can also check here test run summary. So there are some details. Let's click on the configure. Here we are analyzing test execution. We show test run and test plan and how many of those test executions are analyzed. There is also an additional filter because we are interested not in all of the test runs, but only in the latest ones. So in fact, like each of them will have a checkbox, which is a formula, which checks whether it is the latest one comparing dates. This is why it makes sense to add such a filter. And here we can have like maybe even a bit more detailed. Here we analyze step results. So how many of the step results failed, how many were successful, and what's the progress for every of them. So for example, if you have 25 steps and only one of them failed, well, it means that we're very close to the winning, and vice versa. If only one succeeded, well, maybe something has to be redesigned. This one part is for planning and execution, this one for the global overview. And you can also have tests by assignees, so you can like easily drag and drop and assign your teammates to different tests, like the same way you could like assign them here through this assignees button, or you can do this on this particular board. And there is also an option to see all the test runs. You can also configure some filters, so you could see only test runs, like for example, that are relevant right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to ping us through this human support or AI support, and we will be happy to help. See ya.